You ever heard of the creativity movement? I hadn't either until today. But it's the foundation of an art exhibit opening in 3 locations across Boise this evening. The creativity movement was the belief of a violent white supremacist group that considered Hitler a religious prophet. They would hold their annual meeting in the unironically named town of Superior, Montana, a stone's throw from the Idaho border. Back in 2003, one of the leaders from the Montana faction decided he'd had enough, and he stepped away from the organization. But he took with him more than 4,000 books the creativity movement had in its library, and he sold them to the Montana Human Rights Network. Okay, so what do you do with 4,000 bigotry-based Bibles? Well, you take those negatives and you turn them into positives, or more specifically, you turn it into a 12-year cross-country traveling art exhibit that is visiting Boise for the first time.
This is Speaking Volumes, Transforming Hate. Well, we literally started with volumes, 4,500 volumes of white supremacist neo-Nazi propaganda, 13 titles, all by the same author.
That author is Ben Clausen, who started the Church of the Creator in 1973, a white supremacist religion, the foundation of the creativity movement.
Their message is, Jews are the source of all evil in the world. All people of color are the mud race, and they're just being used by the Jews. And the white race is nature's finest, and racial loyalty is the most important thing.
So thousands of books based on racism. Simply destroying them was too tempting. But curator Katie Knight knew that would also ruin an opportunity.
So we transformed those volumes with the goal of transforming hate, with the goal of helping people become more kind and compassionate, considerate, and work for social justice.
The first call out for contributors returned 99 works of art from 60 different artists. This travel version shows just 46.
Every place it's gone, there's been profound dialogue.
Pieces either inspired by or literally integrating the books.
The economically depressed areas formerly inhabited by our culturally diverse friends would now have been renovated. The point of this edit is to take an extremely prejudiced, racist, anti-Semitic perspective and invert the meaning.
Or even inverting a historical symbol of hate.
There's 2 different orientations of the swastika. It can be in a positive motion, which is what mine is, or it can be reversed.
One of the central pieces comes from Clarissa Sly. Once the central figure in a school integration court case, Clarissa put her personal experiences into creating 1,000 peace cranes, folded from pages of the book.
And is asking, as she's doing this, can we transform hate? How can we transform hate? Believe me, I ask myself that. You know, is it possible? Is it possible that if people were more open-minded and saw each other as, complex human beings like ourselves, would we have a more just and equitable society?
It's a question considered daily at Boise's Wassmuth Center for Human Rights.
These are, books that date back decades, and unfortunately, the messaging is very much alive and what we're hearing and seeing in our country and beyond in this time. It isn't new. We have seen this before, and we have seen this before, so we have work to continue to do.
And that's the message they hope is taken from this exhibit.
I want them to go out and reflect on how we live together and how to live together in a more peaceful, respectful, mutually supportive, collaborative society.
Speaking Volumes, Transforming Hate opens this evening. It's actually happening right now at the Irma Heyman House on Boise's River Street until 7 tonight. But as you can see, Irma's house isn't quite big enough to hold the whole exhibition, so they spread it out across 2 other locations in Boise. That'd be the Wassmuth Center for Human Rights and the Albertsons Library at Boise State. The whole exhibit runs through August 8th, so you have some time to check it out. A full schedule is posted on the Wassmuth Center website, and you can find a link to that in this story on our website at ktvb.com.